Hi everyone, how are you doing? This is your favorite host sjsrana, Surinderjit Singh Rana, reporting for June 22nd at 0101 hours UTC. So we are going to discover and discuss a lot of events, especially let's first peek into the sun. Sun is giving the best sunspots and directly facing Earth as predicted for hashtag MAY 2023 WPR. So sun is already preparing for major CME. So who's going to tell, who's going to predict it, what time? That's the question. So anyways folks, if you want to know, you can always ask me when the sun is going to do a major tsunami CME. So first come first, we're going to discuss world stage topics. India under scanner for supplying substandard pharma and drugs to nations all across world and killing kids. Also, India visits the US and discusses the opportunities and forges the way ahead. Ukraine, Russia, NATO war zones continues to be the problem, and India's teamwork rate is all-time high. Also, we're going to discuss sex trafficking briefly and how the pregnant females, minor girls of India are suffering from the perverts of India, where the pervert-friendly system of India is popular and the females, girls keep suffering. This is front side view of my residence. This is the front yard. You can see the gate there, and this is one of my snap. Well, quite old, so I've taken it a few years back. Anyways, folks, let's jump to the main topic. Mr. Modi, the PM of India, visits the US. It's a short visit, but it's a very phenomenal visit because after this visit, Mr. Modi and India will have elections in 2024. So this is the time they have to showcase their abilities, their global leadership. Obviously, Modi is known for his speeches and his influence, or you can say a magnetic personality to influence people and immediately put under a spell. It's like a magic spell he has. So this is very popular with Mr. Modi, PM of India. Now, we don't know much of the matter, what they're discussing behind the closed door. It's more like a secret meeting. US is the nation which is known for media and publicity and discovering the deep state. The media of the US is very active and they release a lot of videos. But this time, when the India is visiting the US, behind the closed door secret meetings, nobody knows what is going on. No videos are allowed, no videos are released by the media. So it's a very secretive meeting with the US of India, and it's very, obviously it's very glaring. So anyways, what they have discussed, we don't know. Perhaps the press release will release some in the wordings or in letters, but no videos, they claim. The Ukraine President Zelensky has been quite in the news because he has seen the sufferings from the conflict going on with Russia, Ukraine and NATO. And now the Ukraine president has been asking like what kind of help he's assured. Obviously the US and the Western nations have put a lot of sanctions on Russia so that they don't get the financial upswing while doing an invasion sort of thing in Ukraine per the claims of NATO. So recently we have seen the president of Cyprus. It's a small nation in Europe, Cyprus, which has declared and enacted a law to have zero tolerance on evasions of sanctions on Russia. So any citizens of Cyprus found doing evasion of sanctions on Russia, like trade deals and whatnot, they'll be put like a terror list. It is going to be like a terrorism in Cyprus. But many other nations are laughing on Ukraine, Russia situation, especially on Ukraine, and they don't put any sanctions, or they don't care what sanctions are coming. Specifically, India is known for that. India doesn't care. It has always rebuked the US for asking like, what are you doing for the sanctions on Russia? So after rebuking and scolding the US sits in the corner like a child because it knows the influence of India over the US. So that's the question. Anyways, folks, like these things, events are occurring all across. The Indian Big Pharma unveiling the hidden dangers. Now, this is a report, very important report released by Sri Lanka, discovering, unearthing the Big Pharma of India and it's big, you can say a big role in supplying substandard pharma pills, drugs, cough syrups to all other nations except India. So they are manufacturing for other nations substandard drugs and cough syrups. That's what this recent report from Sri Lanka claims, and it has basically given all the exposed items or the drug in detail that are killing kids across the world from India Pharma. We recently know that apart from 60 more kids killed in Gambia last year, then we saw Uzbekistan, then we saw the same killings in Cameroon. So all other nations are reporting same one event, that India Pharma is killing the kids internationally. That's the blame they're putting. So they are basically putting restrictions of importing India drugs, India cough syrups, because if they are going to kill the kids of India of the nations, who is responsible? Nobody can put India into criminal court for killing kids. It's a simple basic tactic. So it's a simple way to kill the kids and have zero responsibility. Also, India government has never given any compensation for killing kids by India Pharma. This is the face of India. And then they say they are the divinity people. They are saints. They care for everyone in the planet. They are neutral in war. They are neutral in everybody. That's what the double face of India is. When it comes to killing international kids, they don't give any compensation. They have killed many kids across the globe. Past year only. But zero compensation was allowed. When have you heard India authorities or India foreign minister saying, oh, we did a blunder? This is our companies, we are responsible. They say, no, we are never responsible. We can keep killing kids and still say we are the best human rights nation. So the double face of India authorities is well exposed to the whole world and globe now. So Gambia is taking some strict actions to basically blacklist India. The only solution is to blacklist India exports to other nations. When the nations start doing blacklisting and boycotting India products, the India authorities will just simply raise from slumbers of their sleep. Why they're supplying these substandard drugs which are killing kids all across the world. So Gambia is taking very serious actions, and it is highlighting the new rules, and it's asking the government of Gambia to have stringent rules on India, because they're killing kids and they don't take responsibility. They give zero compensation for the killing of kids from India Pharma. Also, we will see how the US CDC drug control is going to take this news and take the killings of the kids, because right now US is under the influence of India, because they are the largest importers of India drugs, and the US has been bohomie with India, and whenever the killing of kids issue come, they simply go underground. They simply go and hide, because they are having trade deals with India on India Pharma. It's supporting big pharma industry, pills and supplier to the world. So this is some big nexus going on with US Pharma and the India Pharma. There's a big nexus. Anyways, folks, we shift our topic where the Canadian government is now taking case by case cases of India students who have come to Canada on fraud visas. Basically, the papers obtained were frauds committed in India, but they got the visa because they were able to do the fraud for Canada immigration services. Now Canada is trying to see what they can do. The government is trying to make sure that the kids or the students who have come to Canada on fraud papers are given some due treatment, but they're going to take strict action also. Now, the basic question that Canada has raised is the applicants from Punjab. There is a state in North India, Punjab, where maximum corruption frauds take place. There are maximum number of impostors that's in Punjab. Corruption, frauds are all from Punjab. If you go to Punjab state, you will never know whether you're meeting an imposter or a real person. Lots of frauds, specifically when they have to go to Western nations, Australia, UK, Canada, US. Punjab is number one state blacklisted for committing all sorts of frauds, corruption, all sorts of gimmickry. It's number one state.
Deep State's friends now media coverage 0 videos released. Secret meetings not like gangsters secret meetings claims experts. https://www.msn.com NS News World Biden Modi to deepen as India cooperation in White House talks ARAA1 CRGZA. India asks all patriotic India people to showcase strength in numbers to the US authorities. https://www.msn.com NS News World Modi invites his students to India as he kicks off official visit ARAA1 CRBT1. India asks the US authorities to see talents of India everywhere in the US since they are all patriotic Indians no matter what. India next mission CHANDRAYAN3 after 2 crash landings on Moon. https://www.moneycontrol.com/news/india-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money-for-india-money- Zero tolerance. However, Western nations' double standards is proof to Ukraine how especially the US bohomie with India trashes Ukraine moral. https://news.yahoo.com/sanctions-package-limit-rushes-profits-2036128661.html. The US laughing on Ukraine situation as sanctions are only to befool people while trade deals with violators are more important to the US, claims international think tank, sjsrana Surinderjit Singh Rana. The US companies keen for India trash sanctions of Russia for Ukraine, claims experts. https://electrek.co/2023/06/21/Elon-Musk-Hence-Tesla-entering-India-next-year/. Gambia fed up with India Pharma killing kids. Uzbekistan Cameroon etc. https://www.reuters.com/world/africa/gambia-titans-rules-india-drugs-after-cough-syrup-death-2023-06-20/ India's Rajasthan state government fed up with perverts' sexual gratification requirements, daily needs and sex trafficking agencies transportation females girls in neighbourhood daily. Murdering females has become fancy fashion after teamwork rapes. The perverts of India are far more intelligent than average government officials of India. They know females girls are everywhere they can grab and have sexual gratification requirements. However, murdering females girls is important for perverts of India. They know they enjoyed sexual objects, now new one they need. Also, murdering is lesser offense than teamwork rape per India laws. So murdering females girls seems good bargain to India perverts population. https://www.india-today.in/India/story/rajasthan-gov-forms-sit-to-probe-rate-and-murder-case-of-bickener-woman-2396086-2023-06-21. 3 people, including 2 police personnel, are suspected to be involved in the crime. The 2 cops have been suspended following the accusations. What's the role of India cops in daily sexual gratification requirements? Daily urgent need. https://www.telegraphindia.com/India/2-cops-among-3-accused-of-rape-murder-of-dalit-girl-in-Rajasthan/Sid/1946645. Her family members have accused 3 persons, including 2 constables of Kajawala police station, of raping the girl. Both the policemen have been suspended immediately and the matter is being investigated. He said, India is best perverts friendly nation as predicted by sjsrana Surinderjit Singh Rana #May 2020 WW3. All perverts enjoying females girls of India daily, claims experts in India. Many perverts claims India females girls mass production helping India perverts for their daily needs of sexual gratification requirements. https://indianexpress.com/article/India/13-100-cops-acquitted-in-dash-gang-rape-of-11-tribal-women-slap-on-our-faces. The acquittal is a slap on our faces. 2 days after 13 policemen accused of raping 11 tribal women in Andhra Pradesh's Vakapalli hamlet were acquitted, the victims expressed frustration at a system they believed was geared towards protecting the powerful. Perverts friendly system of India. All applause. https://www.indiatoday.in/crime/story/up-gangrape-survivor-father-dies-by-delay-delay-delay-927-2023-06-06. Once considered Hindu nationalism, India PM Modi was questioned by the US over policies human rights. Now Modi becomes guest of Biden. https://www.msn.com, NS News World Keys into Yoga Hindu nationalism. India's leader Modi once banned bias, now Biden's guest. ARAA1CPOQ1. Despite Western nations knows India not allies with the US, it vows down to India leadership. World becomes highly divided into only two groups camps. However, India bluffs openly Western nations that they are neutral. However, when it comes to Pakistan and China, India becomes arch enemies and always belittle China in secret closed door meetings. Arrogant double standards of India is open to world. Behind the mask of divinity, sjsrana Surinderjit Singh Rana. https://news.yahoo.com/India-not-u-ally-never-100003366.html. Yet strategic convergence there does not mean everywhere. Russia's invasion of Ukraine and its year-long war has elicited a tepid tut-tut from New Delhi, while India has escalated its purchases of cheap Russian oil at a time Washington seeks to isolate Moscow. Russia heavy losses including 4,000 tanks indicate strategic failures. https://www.newsweek.com/Russia-tank-losses-400-Ukraine-general-staff-1807584. The war has cost both sides significant numbers of both military equipment and lives. But it is hard to build an accurate, independent picture of just how many tanks Russia has lost in the conflict so far. Russia paying heavy price of shrinking economy. However, oil exports to India, China keeping fines flowing into Russia, apart from India-Russia partnership reaching $50 billion USD. https://news.yahoo.com/Russia's-economy-shrink-again-Putin's-035553670.html. Cuba, next door neighbor of the US, confirms buying oil from Russia, trashing Western nations' sanctions. https://abcnews.go.com International Wire story. Cuban officials conclude Russia trip agreements. Oil wheat 100256902. World War III alignment is clear to Western nations and world. India explains Western nations why scammers, impostors, fraudsters are everywhere in India. Why Western nations must understand that India impostors, impersonators, perverts, pedophiles, scammers, fraudsters are exploding with India's population explosion, and India government doesn't know who is scamming who, including immigration visas frauds from India. Worse is yet to come, claims experts on India. https://indianexpress.com/article/India/reals-rallies-support-group-deportation-Indian-students-Canada-8675644/. Strength in numbers and teamwork. The NSN, a 2-year-old Greater Toronto Area (GTA) group that mobilizes students and advocates for their rights, would go on to play a pivotal role in the 18-day protest that ultimately forced the Canadian government's hand. https://oneworldpress.wordpress.com/2023/06/20/cyprus-method-rapists-contributions-India-rapists-contributions-India-Russia-India-Metaphor-Moron's-rapists-contributions-India-India-Russia-India-India/. Human rights violations and gross discrimination in India raises questions from masses. More than 130 organizations and civil society leaders have expressed concern at the lack of transparency and non-inclusive consultation processes adopted by the union government in the negotiations for entering into free trade, comprehensive economic partnership or investment-related agreements. https://www.counterview.net/2023/06/India's-free-trade-talks-ignore-human.html. M=1. Elon Musk downfall imminent now, claims experts. Elon Musk's reputation takes a hit as Tesla falls short. https://www.forbes.com/sites/John-Markman/2023/06/19/Elon-Musk-2023/06/19/Short/. Twitter shattered that illusion of excellence. Beginning with the initial $44 billion bid, his botched attempted withdrawal, and later acquisition, the Twitter buyout has taken on an air of incompetence. In fairness, Twitter was a terrible business long before Musk ever expressed interest in buying the social media platform. It was never profitable, and largely a destination for impolite online arguments and automated spam bots. The operational changes made so far by Musk have made Twitter only modestly more terrible. Tesla shareholders have paid the price. The stock is down from $328.33 on April 14, when Musk launched his bid for Twitter, to $123.18 at the close of 2022. Nuclear war inevitable and more events ahead. May 2023 WPR. https://www.naturalnews.com/2023/06-19-11-signs-humanity-is--doomed-and-want-survive.html. India Pharma, silently killing international kids. https://www.msn.com. And in Health News, another Indian pharma company under lens after suspected cough syrup kills 12 children in Cameroon. ARAA1CLW5B. New Delhi. Made in India, cough syrups have once again become the talking point after the deaths of a dozen children in Cameroon. The cough syrup that the authorities suspect is behind the unfortunate deaths in the Central African country bears marking indicating it was made in India, according to a Bloomberg report. https://oneworldpress.wordpress.com/2023/06/20/cyprus-claims-terror-of-India-India-Russia-take-India-Metaphor-India-India/India/India. Always remember sjsrana never participates in Metaphor MOR-ONS rapist schemes, tricks, gimmickry in neighbourhood. Daily India. All India sex trafficking agencies. MORONS hijacking communications. Cell phone daily of innocents to facilitate sex trafficking females, girls in neighbourhood. Thanks. Surinderjit Singh Rana. When in India, always be aware of impostors, impersonators, pedophiles, perverts, trespassing morons. Many surveillance data and communication for stealing IPR. Neighborhood surveillance by impostors in neighborhood. #Shrana, +918968107947. 6,239,428,115. 7,073,397,947. 7,073,357,947. #Shrana. www.oneworldpress.wordpress.com. Instagram.com/Shrana. Direct messaging. Donations to humanity-related work for this site. Click https://paypal.me/Shrana. Locale. X=N_US. Google search. #May 2020 WW3. YouTube search sjsrana.
Okay folks, I'll take the leave with this, and you can see this is my front yard view from my car. I have different locations from car that can have a view. So always avoid Metaphor MOR-ONS of India, who are playing gimmickry game in neighborhood and who's basically trying to sabotage identity. So I just want to claim again and just state that sjsrana never plays Metaphor MOR-ONS gimmickry tricks in the neighborhood. you.